Something's going on. Howdy, welcome back to the Addicted Motors YouTube channel. My name is Troy and we have another video for you today. This one is going to be primarily on a Land Rover Disco 2. Haven't done any Disco 2 stuff lately. It's been a lot of me just working my personal projects, but you're gonna want to see this one. This one's clean. So before we get things kicked off, in the back of the truck here, I've got some takeoff tires, and that means that things are happening with the L322. We're pretty much wrapped up with it. We did the tires, wheels, lifting rods, rear subframe bushings, upgraded front control, and a whole bunch. We'll get into that later, but let's get these tires unloaded. The LR3 wheels with pretty much new tires and sensors are in the back of the truck. I'm going to sell those. Reach out if you're interested. Tires are date stamped 19. They probably have 20,000 miles. They're just takeoffs. I'd never use them. So side note. But let's pull this LR3. I mean this D2 up. All right, and here it is in the background. Now, this isn't going to be a video of me talking about what a D2 is or what the function is or its lineage or its history. We've gone over that. I've got dozens of videos on D2s and stories about them and what they are and where they came from and comparing it to a D1 and all that. What I want to focus on today in this video is this particular one because I want to highlight what a clean D2 looks like. When I say clean, I mean you could eat off the frame. I'm talking a one-owner sub 100,000 mile truck. I'm talking about a unicorn. Let's get in and stop looking at my ugly mug and check this truck. So let me preface this by saying this truck is still work in progress. It's not complete. It's still undergoing mechanical restoration, paint restoration. It will be for sale. This truck, let me preface again this whole thing by saying this truck is for sale. It's eligible for certain types of builds that we do at our shop. I haven't put it up on a lift or done anything yet, but it is at another shop getting some things done to it. I'll get into that later, but I want to show you and capture the truck as it sits right now. So a little bit of backstory. My buddy found this truck, purchased it from the original owner, local Virginia truck, legitimate, have the bill of sale, have the window sticker, the whole 9 yards. I mean, this wasn't a yard truck, as we call it. And I don't have all that documentation, everything with me to show you, but trust me, I've seen it. It's all there. It's all legit. So what is it? It's a 2001 Land Rover Discovery 2. It's got 97,000 miles on it, which makes it probably the lowest mileage D2 that I have personally seen. And it is in great condition. It's not perfect. It definitely needs some paint correction and whatnot on the hood, but the roof paint is not chipping. The rest of the paint, it's a little scuffed and scratched, but it is there. Obviously, you might need some restoration work on the flares, but other than that, it is in pretty darn good condition. Oh, crack in the bumper. I mean, it's a D2. Let's be honest. Original tire cover probably needs a little bit of attention. These things just bake in the sun, but. And again, I just want to more document and show those who are interested what a clean one looks like because, you know, for us East Coast guys, this is pretty interesting. These tires are shot, so that's one thing to take in consideration. And I'll get into the full frame shots later. Look at that. I mean, there's still probably some factory writing on it. 97,000 miles. Pretty cool. I think it even has the receipts for when the owner bought the factory side steps. So yeah, but front bumper's in good condition. Paint matched front grille, that could have been replaced. I can't remember if those were factory paint matched or not. Got the typical, again, a lot of Virginia trucks, lots of bases down in the Norfolk Chesapeake area, so a lot of Air Force military presence. So a lot of those guys have trucks that have traveled all over the place. I bought a truck that's imported from Japan at one point. So yeah, that's the outside. Let's jump into the inside. All right, 97,000 miles. You know, obviously there's some wear on the driver's seat and whatnot, but nothing too bad. I haven't pulled the carpets, but there's no reason to. The truck is immaculate underneath. All very nice in here. You know, normal wear and tear. A slight sag in the headliner, but nothing crazy. Doesn't look like the sunroofs are leaking or anything too bad. They do work. I did try that on the way over. back seat. And again, these windows have the tight, slight tint to them, which I like. Definitely adds to the presence of the truck. Nothing too dark, just enough that, you know, you're not seeing all the way through. But leather back here in great condition. Doesn't look like there was ever any kind of car seats or anything shoved in there, which I'm now learning does cause a good bit of damage. That's the battery cover, but you got the factory mats and all that cool stuff. So, you know, it's all there. Pop open the back. You've got all the original stuff. You even got your little kit, which they never have those when it comes to these trucks. Factory mats in the back. Got a bunch of bits and pieces. It's getting some wheel seals and stuff like that. So cargo net cover. I mean, you know, all that stuff's kind of unobtainium. Or if it's a nice truck, it just doesn't have it, you know, or the truck's completely rusted out. So that's the exterior and the interior. Let's look at the frame, probably why you clicked the video. And it is, I've never seen a better one on a G2. Let's be honest. Let's jump on it. Man, pretty good. That is downright impressive. Even the axle, even the rear diff, just spotless. Check out the other side. I mean, you can eat off that. I mean, that's wild. In the arches, under there, just immaculate. Under these rails, I mean, even the catalytic converters still have that kind of glossy oranges tint to them. This side, no crazy leaks. I mean, there's a little bit, but nothing wild. All of that looks great. You don't see stuff like this in these parts. You're probably going like, why do you care? Well, this is, hey, listen, when you find something that looks good, I like to document it. Yeah, I mean, that's legit. So, I mean, if this excites you, let me know. You know, I think I do have a buyer for this truck. We'll see whether or not that falls through, but I mean, this is a great base to do a build. I mean, anything that's not rusty, and again, we'll start it up, it runs great, is the right way to start a build. That ensures that you can have it for a while, then you're not throwing money away, you're not gonna do expensive frame repair in the future. So this is the way you want to do it. These things aren't cheap. The builds aren't cheap, but if you want to do it the right way, you start with the best possible chassis and body, you know, best mechanicals, but mechanicals can be fixed. All right, let's fire up the power barn here. Also, no lights on the dash. 97,000 miles. Fires up, runs super smooth. Let's get on the hood. So when I first saw the truck, I thought that it was black. It's not black. It's actually a metallic-y dark gray, which I don't have paint code on me, but I'll try to find that here in a second for you. Engine sounds really great. It's got the active body control, which is functioning well. This truck actually handles really great. Again, I've said it before, you always forget how well these handle in stock configuration. But let's get on the road. Go for a little test drive. Make sure all the functions work. All right, so we've got all the windows, we've got lights, they work, fog lights work, flashers, blinkers, radio, AC, I don't hear the compressor. I've got no AC right now, but that could definitely need a charge. This truck did sit for a little while. So let's just go ahead and take off. So again, the disclaimer is here, and you might hear it, this truck might need a front diff. Still working to ensure that DII is is correct. I don't know if you can hear that. Should be able to hear that. The whirring, get off the gas, no whirring. On the gas, whirring, whirring, no whirring. So I think there's something wrong with the pinion angle, the pinion seal, but that's going to be fixed. That's not hard. I just wanted to document the truck as it sits now. So 97,000 miles. Thing runs great. I mean, it's super quiet. The suspension feels nice and tight. You know, you don't lose a whole lot with the lift. I found by even putting on those a heavier duty wheel and tire package. The D2 does ride very nice. It's a very different experience. It feels way more like a real car than a D1. And I hate that. I mean, I love my D1, but this just feels a little more domestic in not a bad way, and in a more livable way. All right, brakes feel good. Brakes actually feel really good. I think the brakes might be newer. But this thing, I mean, it's super silent. I don't even hear the exhaust or the motor at all, which, you know, these usually have a little bit of valve train, but this one's pretty good. Let's test the all-wheel drive 4-low function here in a second. Yeah, I can still. I do want to put this up on a lift as well and see if there's anything visible. I mean, it could be a drive shaft, but it doesn't seem like a drive shaft. It feels very diffy. One of the mechanics thought it was isolated on the right side. It seems too center for that. All right. Neutral. Oh. Neutral, low. No. Okay, that linkage needs a little bit of adjusting, or a little WD-40. I don't have low. Maybe if I roll forward a little bit. Oh, there it is. Oh, that was neutral. There's low. All right, I don't have an indicated low. Well, I am in low range. Okay, that's probably, this hasn't gone in low range in years. Happens a lot to these old linkage-driven transfer boxes. Again, if you don't use it, you lose it. Let's see if it'll go second, first. So first gear low, that works. I also checked traction control. Yeah, everything seems to work. I was able to give a little bit of wheel spin in front of my house. I saw the traction control kick in as well, so that's a good sign. Let's see if I can get it out of low. All right, so we are out of low range. That's good. Probably should, yeah. That needs to be a little bit of WD-40, I think. But yeah, I mean, again, there's some minor cosmetic issues. There's some minor mechanical issues that will be solved. But I think this is a great truck. I haven't seen one in this area with this little rust or this low mileage in a very long time. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what happens with this. If you're interested in this truck, let me know. Like I said, I have a potential buyer. He has not seen it in person. I'm making this video primarily so he can check it out. But like everything else in life, sales fall through. So if you're interested, let me know. The truck will be available sub 10 grand. Just depends on what else it's gonna need once we get it up on a lift. So that's I think that's going to be it for the driving portion. So that's going to be it for this video. You've probably heard enough of me talking about old Land Rovers. Again, we'll see where this one goes. Let me know if this is something you might be interested in. You're looking for any other old interesting Land Rovers. I can't wait to show you what my L322 looks like. I think after you see that, you're gonna want one. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. Click the little bell. I've got 6,300 followers or something like that. I really appreciate you guys watching, commenting, all that fun stuff. And I hope I've encouraged you to make a terrible financial decision recently. It's not all Land Rovers here. Still have to release my truck video because, oh, buddy, look at that beast. That is just that's probably still my favorite car, a truck, whatever you want to call it. That thing's immaculately awesome and expensive and terrible, but that's it. That's all I got. Chat later.